Don has always played the role of the all-powerful one in the marriage. Every day before dawn, he gets up to prepare breakfast and takes his daughter to school. After work, he takes care of grocery shopping, cooking, washing dishes, and all household chores. He even handles repairs for his wife's family and takes care of the elders' medical needs all by himself. He never complains and always operates silently and diligently. Deep down in his heart, there was a humble condition for exchange. As long as I do enough and do it well, you will be moved one day, right? You will eventually feel sorry for my hard work and give me a hug or a thank you, right? However, reality is like a loud slap in the face. Because Don's contributions are too stable and too silent, these efforts gradually become as natural as air in his wife's eyes felt, only when absent, suffocating when gone. His wife becomes increasingly picky, complaining that the floors aren't clean enough and that the dishes are repetitive. What made Don feel the coldest was that last week he had a high fever and lay on the sofa. The first thing my wife says when she comes home from work is not, "Are you okay?" but rather, with emotion, she asks, "Why didn't you cook? What is our daughter going to eat tonight?" At that moment, Don heard the sound of something in his heart shattering completely. At the brink of collapse, Don sought the help of a seasoned counseling mentor. The mentor told him, "Don, you have personally pampered your wife into becoming a disabled guest. Vague love can lead to the collapse of boundaries. When you choose to be an invisible person, don't blame others for not seeing you." Don returned home and did not busy himself in the kitchen as usual. Instead, he asked his wife to sit down. He spread out a family division of labor chart, densely filled with over 100 trivial matters that he had originally taken on by himself. He calmly looked into his wife's eyes, his tone gentle yet firm. "My dear, in the past I thought that silent sacrifices were a sign of deep love. But I now realize that this pattern has made us both sick. I have become a resentful servant, while you have turned into a guest who takes everything for granted, even losing the ability to feel gratitude. This is a disaster for us and for our daughter's upbringing." He paused for a moment and continued, "Starting today, I will no longer be the invisible saint. I will continue to do these things because I love this family, but I will no longer do it silently. I need my efforts to be seen, acknowledged, and respected by you. If my contributions remain invisible to you when I am sick, I will reduce my labor starting tomorrow until you can see the weight behind it again." At first, the lady felt anger and discomfort, but when Dawn really stopped those taken for granted service, no longer washing her car, no longer handling the chores from her family, and even only doing the necessary parts of the household chores, the lady suddenly realized that those things that were originally automatically completed actually hid so much of Don's time and effort behind them. Don is no longer the humble seeker. He has begun to establish clear emotional boundaries. He has learned to express his exhaustion after giving and to ask his wife for a hug. This giving with boundaries has instead brought new waves to a marriage that was previously stagnant, and his wife has also started to learn to transition from the role of guest back to partner. Love does not need a saint, but rather a real partner. Don understood a principle. Seeing needs to be educated. If you always silently endure everything, others will naturally enjoy everything. Establishing boundaries is not to push others away, but to protect your loving heart from being exhausted. Only when you learn to respect your own contributions can others learn how to love you properly.